Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back for another video today. I am so excited for today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you my fall reading TBR, and if you don't know what TBR stands for, it means to be read in the booktube community. And if you know me at all, you know that I'm a huge reader. Reading is one of my biggest passions and my favorite things to do, so I'm trying to start sharing more of my passion for reading on my social media accounts as well as my YouTube channel. And I love watching other readers here on YouTube and on Book Talk and such, because like I said, I'm a huge reader, and so is my sister. As you can see behind me, my sister has these beautiful bookshelves from Target that we got recently, or a couple months ago. And I had just decorated them for fall, so if you missed my fall decorate with me video, I'll link it up at the top in a card for you to go watch. I decorated the house and I shared as I went along, and I also included a cozy vlog, so definitely check out that video. I'll have it linked up here for you if you didn't see it. But yeah, you could see I decorated her shelves for fall, and I'm so excited for today's video. So I'm sharing the books that I plan and hope to read this fall. I have quite an ambitious list that you will see, so I probably won't get around to reading all of these books, but I'm gonna do what I can, and my goal is to read at least 5 books a month, which is a lot for me, but I feel like I can do it. And I love reading, especially this time of year, because it's, you know, the cozy, cooler months as we go into autumn. So I'm super excited. So I'm gonna split my books as I show you into categories, so let's get started. So the first couple of books I'm just gonna start with, I don't have in physical form to show you. They're on my Kindle e-reader, so I don't have them to show you, but I'll put a picture on the screen. So the first book that I'm going to mention that I actually just finished reading this weekend, but I wanted to share anyways, is Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyers. If you know her, she wrote the Twilight series from back in the day, which I absolutely loved. I was a huge Twilight fan. I still am, honestly. It's just so nostalgic for me. I was in, I think, 8th grade when the first book came out. And I remember one of my classes, like, the girls were reading it, and then they got me hooked. I instantly read the first one, fell in love, and then read all of them after that and watched the movies. So I'm a huge Twilight fan, always have been, always will be. So I just finished reading Midnight Sun. It took me 2 years to read. It's a super big book. It was over 800 pages, and honestly, I just took my time with it. I read it on my Kindle because it's a huge book, so I just didn't have room for it to get the physical copy, but absolutely loved it. 5-star read. If you love the Twilight series and you haven't read Midnight Sun, definitely check it out. It's basically the story in Edward's perspective, and I love Edward Cullen. I always have, so I absolutely loved it, and it has really good reviews, so definitely check out Midnight Sun if you haven't and you're a Twilight lover like me. Let me know if you're a fan down below in the description. And going along with Twilight, I might as well mention that this year, I don't know if it will happen, but I would like to reread the whole series again. So I have the box set. Let me just grab it here. So I bought the beautiful white and red box set from Barnes & Noble. I had the original hardcover black covered books, but they were just too bulky, so I thought getting the bind up box set in the paperbacks would be a good idea, because, you know, they're just smaller, easier to store, and I absolutely love the white. Like, look at how pretty this is. Like, I can't get over it. So like I said, I will always be a Twilight fan. I'll always reread the books. So I made the investment to purchase these, and I'm so glad I did. So my plan is, depending on how the fall season goes and how busy I am, I would like to reread this whole series. We'll see what happens, but I'm being ambitious with my TBR, so I'm gonna read as much as I possibly can. So I definitely plan on rereading Twilight. Next book that I will be hopefully reading soon It's actually from the Chesapeake Shores series by Cheryl Woods. I'm a huge Hallmark fan, and if you didn't know, they created that series into a TV show. It's running its last season right now on Hallmark Channel. Definitely check out the show if you haven't. I absolutely love it. Every show Hallmark's come out with, it's amazing. So I'm finally getting around to reading the books in the series. I just found out there's 14 books, so that's gonna take me a long time. But I read the first one, The Inn at Eagle Point, which I shared in one of my recent videos. I actually shared it in my September reset. I'll link that above for you to watch. At the end, when I shared my monthly favorites, I said that the first book was my favorite book that I read that month. So I'm reading book 2. I'll have it on the screen here. I forget the name, but the series is about like a family that disconnected and then they come back together later in life. So each book is about one of the 5 children and then the parents and such. So the second book is Bree's story. She's one of my favorite characters on the show. She's a writer and I absolutely love her. So I'm excited to read this one. I'm going to try to read this one like very, very soon because I actually have a free trial of Kindle Unlimited going right now because I bought a new Kindle recently and it gave me 3 months free of Kindle Unlimited to try out. So I have that book through Kindle Unlimited and I have to give it back because my trial ends in October. So I think I'm going to prioritize reading that one next just because, like I said, I only have it for a limited time and I'm really excited to read that one. Right, going along with Twilight, the next book that I plan on reading very soon is Crave by Tracy Wolff, I believe is the author. I have this one also on Kindle and I'm borrowing it through Kindle Unlimited. So I plan on reading this one very, very soon because I do have to give it back in October when my trial expires. So I will be reading this in the near future. I don't know too much about it. All I know is that everyone loves it, has been raving about it because they said if you love the Twilight series, then you will love the Crave series. I guess it's similar. It has like vampires and werewolves. So yeah, I'm really excited to give it a try. I believe there's 3 books in the series. So I have the first one, like I said, through Kindle Unlimited right now that I'm borrowing. So I'm going to read it and see how it goes and see if I like it. And if I like it, I'll continue on with the series. But yeah, I don't have it to show you because it's on my Kindle. So, but that is one of the ones I'll be reading in September for sure. This book that I hope to read this fall, I don't have to show you, is Verity from Colleen Hoover. I'm sure you're familiar with Colleen Hoover and you've heard of her. Her books have been very popular in the booktube community as well as the book talk community on TikTok. Everybody's been raving about her books. I love Colleen Hoover. I've read 2 of her books. I read her Hopeless series and Confess, and I've loved both of them, so I'm excited to read more of her books. She's not an author that I tend to binge read. I like to read one book every so often, so I definitely plan on reading Verity next because I've been hearing such good things about it here on YouTube from people I watch and, like I said, on TikTok and such. So yeah, it's like a really good book that everyone likes. But yeah, it's said to have really great reviews. Everyone's been loving it. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but I know that it's more of a thriller, which is different from her other books. Usually she writes more, I guess you could just call them like darker romance. So this one's more of a thriller. Like I said, I've been hearing amazing things about it, so I'm excited to read it. And let me know in the comments below if you've read any of the books that I plan on reading. I would love to know what you thought of them. And the last book on my fall TBR that I don't have to show you is the Harry Potter series. And I'm really late to the game with Harry Potter. I've seen most of the movies before reading the books, and I absolutely love the movies. My sister and I rewatch them all the time. But I've actually only read the first book, Sorcerer's Stone, which is crazy, right? I know I'm very late to the game. I didn't read Harry Potter when I was a kid, like a lot of people, so I'm very late to the game, but I love the first book. I read it about a year ago, so I would like to continue the series with the second book, Chamber of Secrets, and it is my sister said it's her favorite book in the series, and we love the movie, so I'm really excited to read Chamber of Secrets, and I don't have to show you. My sister has a box set, but I can't find it at the moment, so I'll have to ask her where it is. but I don't have it to show you, but I will be reading the physical copy, so I'm so excited to read that one. Alright, so those are all the books that I'm reading on Kindle and such. Now I'll quickly go through the other ones I plan on reading. So I love to read thrillers this time of year. It's pretty much the only time of year that I like to read them, honestly. I just think thrillers are for cozy, cool weather. So these are a bunch of thrillers that either my sister had from Book of the Month or we got from little free libraries, and I have no idea what they're about, but I pretty much love any thriller that I read. So I'm going to give these a try and see what I think. So the first one is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. Like I said, I have no idea what it's about, but I like to sometimes go into books pretty blindly and just kind of see what happens. So I'm sure I'll love it. I love thrillers, so I'm excited for this one. The next book I have to read is The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. Hope I said that right. I forgot what this one's about, and I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm not going to read the synopsis, but feel free to look them up on your own if you're interested. But I know this one is really popular and has been talked about a lot. It's a very popular thriller, so I'm excited to read it. The next one is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. Again, I feel like this one's really popular. I don't know anything about it, but I know I'll love it. The next one is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This author I'm very familiar with. She's very, very popular for writing thrillers, very well known. I believe this was a movie or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know this one's very, very well loved and very popular, so I'm excited to check it out, and I know she has a lot of great books. And then another Ruth Ware book I haven't read yet is The Lying Game. This one's again also very, very popular, very well known, so I'm really excited to give this one a shot as well. The next one is She Lies in Wait by Gaitha Lodge. Again, don't know anything about it, but I'll pretty much read any thriller, so I'm excited to read this one as well. This one was a Book of the Month one my sister got with her subscription. It says it's called A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edvarson. Again, don't know anything about it, but looks like it'll be a good read. I just love thrillers. The last thriller I have here is 9 Perfect Strangers from Liane Moriarty. I am very familiar with her books. I've read a couple of them. I read The Husband's Secret and Big Little Lies, and I really love both of them. I haven't read this one yet, so I know it's very well loved and very popular, so I'm really excited to read it. The category of books is fantasy, and I'm not typically a fantasy reader at all, but like I said, I'm trying to branch out this year because it's that time of year when you tend to read more fantasy and thrillers. I usually just read romance, so I want to switch it up for the seasons when it gets darker and cooler, and my sister loves fantasy. She has a big collection, so I'm just going to be reading her books, and she recommended all of these to me and she's read them, so I trust her opinion because I like that she reads different books than me sometimes because we can recommend like books to each other. So I totally trust her recommendations because we have the same taste and we tend to enjoy the same books. So the first one she recommended to me was Kiss of the Royal. I don't really know anything about it, but she said it's amazing. She recommended it to me, so I'm happy to check it out. The next one is one of her favorite series. It's the Iron Fit series from Julie Kagawa. This is the first book. It's called The Iron King. Again, don't know too much about these books, but she loves them. She swears by them. She's read them multiple times. She has these beautiful editions. Like, she just loves them so much. So I trust her opinion and I'm excited to read it. The next series that I've been wanting to read for a long time that she's been dying to have me read is the Infernal Devices series from Cassandra Clare. Here's the first book. It is Clockwork Angel, and she's been wanting me to read this series for a long time. I started The Mortal Instruments by this author, and I read the first book, City of Bones, like many years ago, and I just never continued the series, so I don't know if I will read that series, but my sister told me this series is even better for her, so I'm determined to pick this one up. I think I'll like it even better. So there's 3 books in the series, so I'm really excited to read them. The next series my sister recommended to me is the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The first book is Obsidian. She told me she loves the series too. Jennifer L. Armentrout has written so many great books. So yeah, I feel like I'll love it. It sounds really good. I feel like I'll like it, so I'm excited. The next series she recommended to me is, I don't know if this is the name of the series, but The Kiss of Deception. She's been wanting me to read this one. Oh, it's The Remnant Chronicles is the series name. By Mary E. Pearson. So she's been wanting me to read this series for a while. I think there's 3 books. I could be wrong, but I'm really excited to check it out. And then the next one she's been wanting me to read is the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. This one's very, very well loved in the booktube community, and my sister loves it. I started her Throne of Glass series a while ago, and I liked it, so I'm excited to give this series a try. And then going along with Sarah J. Maas, this is the second book, Crown of Midnight, in her Throne of Glass series. Like I said, I read the first one a long time ago. I just never continued the series. My sister recommended I finish it. I don't know when I'll get to this one. It's not like a priority, but I have it on my list anyways because I think I'll enjoy it, so we'll see if I get to it. And the next one my sister recommended is Wicked Fox. I don't know too much about it, but I think it's for K-drama lovers. My sister's been getting me into K-dramas, so she told me I would love this book. I love this edition with the pink. She absolutely loves it. She said this got her into watching K-dramas, so I'm really excited. I know it's a series. I don't know too much else about it, but I'm excited to read it. Another series my sister recommended to me, this one is Fallen Kingdoms, book 1 by Morgan Rhodes. She loved this series. Another great fantasy series I don't know too much about, but I'm excited and I trust my sister's recommendations. This is Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. You may know the series. It's very popular. It's basically like a fairy tale retelling sci-fi fantasy series. I read the first book, Cinder, which is supposed to be a retelling of Cinderella many years ago, and I just never continued the series, but I did like it enough to continue, so I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but I'm gonna try. So this is Scarlet, the second book. I think it's Red Riding Hood retelling, so I'm excited. My sister liked it, so I'm excited to try it out. That's it for my fantasy TBR. Now I'm going to go into some historical books. So I've newly gotten into historical romance this year with the Bridgerton series. My sister and I are obsessed with the show. I'm reading the books as like each season comes out because each season goes with one book. So I read the first 2 books, absolutely loved them. I'll read the next ones as the next seasons of the show come out. But my sister recommended I read the Wallflowers series by Lisa Kleypas. I read the first book in the series, absolutely loved it. So this is the second one. It's called It Happened One Autumn, and it's perfect because it has autumn in the title. It's red and orange. It's just perfect for fall. I don't really know what this one's about, but they're all like companion characters. So I'm really excited to read this one. The next one is a classic. This is Little Women, and I have never read this before. My sister and I recently watched the new movie that they made a couple years ago with like Emma Watson. I don't know if you know what that is, but highly recommend that movie. It's amazing. My sister and I have watched it multiple times and we love it. So we both wanted to read the book. So we're kind of reading this book together. So yeah, I started on Kindle, but I haven't gotten very far, only like 20 pages. So this is my sister's hardback edition. So I'm really excited to continue it and see what happens. And it's just a good cozy classic for fall. I'm not usually into classics. I struggle with them usually. But this one, from what I've read so far, is very easy to read. So I'm willing to stick with it since I love the movie. The next one is a historical book. This is The Queen's Fool by Philippa Gregory, and I've never read any of her books. Honestly, I was never into historical fiction or historical romance until this year because of Bridgerton. Bridgerton got me into it, so I got this from a little free library, and yeah, I'm excited to check this author out. She writes books about things that actually happened in historical times, but I think she puts her own fiction twist on it. So I've heard good things about this author, so we'll see how this one goes and if I want to read any of her other books. And then going along with romance, I have to read a Nicholas Sparks book every year, so I just found this one at a little free library. This is See Me. I haven't read his books in a while, and he's come out with so many that I haven't read, so I'm kind of just trying to catch up on his books. In the past, I read all of them. I was obsessed with him. I saw all of his movies, and I recently found out that they're going to make 3 new movies for 3 of his newer books soon. So I'm really pumped about that because, like I said, I've always loved his movies, his adaptations from his books. So I'm trying to get more into reading his books for when the movies come out, but I absolutely love Nicholas Sparks. He's always been one of my favorite authors ever since high school. I just love his stories. So this is the next one I have. I have a few more in my collection, but this is probably the one I'll read next. So I know I'm gonna love it because I love all of his books. Next, I have some cozy mysteries. I've really gotten into cozies this year as well. I wasn't previously into them. I started watching the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel, which is their cozy mysteries series channel, and I really gotten into it. So I started with the Murder, She Baked series, or show that was based off of Joanna Fluke's Hannah Swenson mystery series. So I have those books on Kindle, and I've been reading through them. It's a very long series. There's like over 20 books. So I've been reading those and really liking them. So I have a few more cozies to share that I got from little free libraries, and I don't know anything about, but I thought I would share them with you. I'm going to try to read these, but I might not get to them. We'll see what happens. So the first one is the Murder, She Wrote series. This is actually also a Hallmark show. It's super old though. And yeah, I have no idea which book this is in the series. Like I said, I got it from a London library. It's in very good condition, so I'm just going to read these out of order. Probably not supposed to do that, but yeah, I'm just going to read them out of order and see if I can follow them. So we'll see if I like it. The next one I got from a little free library is called Town in a Maple Madness by B.B. Haywood. The cover for cozy mysteries are just so cute. So again, I got this from a little free library. I have no idea what it's about or how many books are in the series. I guess the series is called Candy Holiday Murder Mystery. So let me know if you've read any of these. I'm intrigued, but like I said, I'm just trying to find new authors because I'm very new to this genre that I want to get into. The next one is called Lost Books and Old Bones, a Scottish bookshop mystery by Paige Shelton. Again, got it from Little Free Library. Love the cover. I have no idea what it's about. Something with Scotland. So I'm really excited to check it out. We'll see if I like it. The next one is Murder Past Due, a Cat in the Stacks mystery by Miranda James. Again, adorable cover. I have no idea what it's about, so hopefully I like it. And the last cozy mystery is Death of a Coupon Clipper by Lee Hollis. Again, I have no idea what it's about, so fingers crossed that I like these. I'll let you know as I read through all of these books what I think, and like I said, let me know if you've read any of them. I would love to hear your thoughts, but yeah, I'll keep you posted as I read through these books. And then the last category is self-help and like religious books. I have so many more that I plan on reading, but these are just a few to show you. So this one is called Experiencing God by Henry and Richard Blackaby. So this one I actually got through my church. My group was reading it. So yeah, liking it so far. We're just reading it slowly. We love doing Bible studies. So I just figured I would show it. And then this book is Life Quest, Braving Adulthood with Biblical Passion by Carrie Schmidt. This is actually a book my pastor wrote. He's amazing. He writes so many great self-help personal development books for every age group, from like teens and up. So this one's kind of about great for people in their 20s like myself who are trying to figure out their life and, you know, follow the path God has for them. So I'm really excited to read it. And then the last book I have to share is Smart Women Finish Rich by David Botch. I got this one at Books A Million in the bargain section, and I like reading a finance book here and there, like business books, but about like being smart with your money, because I have no knowledge in the finance industry at all. So, and I am a business owner, so I've had to learn a lot along the way, and these kind of books really help. My mom actually read this one, and she thought it was great, and I've read his other books and I really like them, so this is just the next one that I need to pick up, so hopefully I like it. But that is my fall reading TBR. Again, I know it's very ambitious. I most likely will not read all of those books, but I figured I would just share the ones that I plan on reading maybe like in the next year if I don't get to them this year, just so you can kind of get a glimpse of my reading taste in different genres. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in a comment below, like I said, if you've read any of these, or what you plan on reading this fall. If they're different, let me know. Also, if you have any reading recommendations for any of these categories, I would love to hear from you, because I'm always looking for new recommendations. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. I really appreciate your support. Before you head out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Stacey Creative, and check out all of my links in the description box below. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon in my next video.